Well, the majority of California is back under a stay-at-home order after Governor Gavin Newsom imposed new regional restrictions last week. For more on the impact of yet another lockdown in the Golden State, I want to bring in Andrew Gruel, a local restaurant owner in Southern California. Hi, Andrew. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for having me.
You are the owner of Slapfish Seafood with 7 locations located in just Southern California. You've chosen to keep your restaurants open at this time despite the state and local restrictions, ordering not just indoor but also outdoor dining to close again. Explain why you've made that decision and why the science does not support these new restrictions.
Well, we've decided to keep our outdoor patios open as we've followed all of the data, all of the science all along. We've been always one step ahead in terms of safety protocols and procedures, but we do not feel as if outdoor dining is leading to a spike in coronavirus cases. I know in Los Angeles, obviously, they were asked to present a significant amount, to present data showing that outdoor dining was leading to cases, and they couldn't even present the data. Obviously, a judge has recognized that as well. For us, we look at it as if you ban outdoor dining, you're actually putting your customers at more of a risk to then go and dine indoors. Imagine, right, you have that one dinner out with family and friends a week. Maybe you go out, you dine around a safety patio somewhere. Now that you can't go and dine outdoors, it's, well, swing on over, we'll dine in our own backyard, and then you end up eating indoors because it gets cold, and that's where you get all those multi-families underneath one roof. So it's more dangerous not to be dining outdoors.
Several California lawmakers have been caught in a do as I say and not as I do situation, including the governor himself and LA County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl right after she voted to shut down outdoor dining there in her county. You've gone viral on Twitter for calling out these politicians. What's your message for them?
Well, look, I don't want to be a tattletale, but at the end of the day, those decisions are really hurting their policy, and they reflect and galvanize the point that they don't take this seriously. So if they don't take it seriously, why are we going to be taking it seriously? I mean, even just last night, all of the newly elected assemblymen in California, they obviously had their whole display where they were socially distanced inside that auditorium. And then right afterwards, 6 or 7 of the elected officials end up going and dining outdoors with their other families. So what is that, 6 families all at once? I mean, the list could go on, and it's not my business to go around trying to find people breaking the rules. But I think the message is clear: is that you plebeians don't have to you have to listen to us, but we don't have to follow our own rules.
This latest round of shutdowns in California does come as Congress still has not come to an agreement on another stimulus package at the federal level. What should lawmakers be focusing on in these stimulus talks to actually support small business owners in the U.S.?
Small business owners, retailers, restaurants, etc., we need bridge funding, right? Bridge financing. So if you're not going to allow us to open and you're going to unilaterally shut us down, well then, come up with that gap coverage whereby at least we can get to break even so that we can stay open. If we can somehow pause time, I don't think that any of these restaurant owners or retailers are asking for, handouts that are going to give them liquid cash in their pockets. We just want to be able to keep our businesses afloat because the rate at which these restaurants are shutting down is astronomical. I mean, it's a slippery slope right now, and it is just a free fall. And these restaurants, one after another, are closing. Before you know it, we're going to have Applebee's on every single corner, eating good in the neighborhood.
Speaking of that, what is your message for other small business owners in the state of California who are trying to decide whether to defy orders and stay open or risk shutting down forever?
Well, I would say, obviously, measure it within your own risk, but there is a gaggle, of restaurants right now that are coming together, and they're really starting. There's a snowball effect whereby they're all saying, you know what, we're not going to do it. We're going to obviously follow the safety protocols, and we take this very seriously. However, in the absence of data proving that outdoor dining is leading towards a spike in coronavirus cases, we are going to continue feeding consumers outside. And I've gotten hundreds of messages from restaurants all over the United States saying, thank you, we're going to do this now, especially here in California. So I obviously think that we've reached that tipping point, and the politicians, they got to answer for this because it's absurd what they're doing.
And on the other side of that, how can Californians who are able at this time support their local small businesses as they're facing these shutdowns?
Great question. And I'm not asking people to put themselves in an environment that they feel uncomfortable in, right? So you can still buy gift certificates, go out and shop local. Try not to use the third-party delivery apps because obviously they're charging 30% on every single dollar. So you're losing 30 cents, forcing us into the red. At least do takeout and delivery. pickup, and by delivery, I mean if they run their own delivery platform, gift certificates, but really just using those dollars to go out and support your local business.
All right, Andrew Gruel, the chef and owner of Slapfish Seafood, joining us to discuss the latest shutdowns in California and his message against them. Thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.